All right. Hello, everyone. This is Sexy Harlem 125, and I am coming to you today with a little information. I know I said that we was gonna go on this field trip, but virtually. But I guess what we'll do is we'll just get a little information like we always do. So, I did a little research, and personally, me, I just wanted to know exactly where hydrochloroquine started. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you guys a timeline. Let's see, share screen. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to take myself out. And here we go. So, let me see. Okay, this is the timeline of empiric introduction of chloroquine and hydroxychloroquine. Now we see right here, start at the beginning. In the year 1630, the first apparent use of an anti-malarial drug, quinine, in the form of powdered bark, a miracle tree, to treat malaria. Okay, that's the first one at the beginning in the year 1630. Okay, 1740, miracle tree was given the name, let me see, Chinhana, I think that's it. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Okay. The tree was named, and then in 1820, quinine first extracted and isolated. Okay, that's in 1820. It was extracted and isolated. Then we go on to 1934 when chloroquine was synthesized and named, let me see, let me go right quick so I can give you the correct pronunciation of this word. RES. Let's see. RES. Let me see. RES. OCHIN. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to get it to you in 1 second. Okay, here is the correct pronunciation.
Rizakin.
Rizakin. Let me do that again.
Rizakin.
Rizakin is the correct pronunciation of that word. So, chloroquine synthesized and named Rizakin in 1934. Then in 1944, chemical synthesis of quinine and related compounds achieved. Okay. 1949, chloroquine approved by the FDA for medical use. 1950, hydrochloroquine first synthesized. Okay. Then in 1955, hydrochloroquine approved by FDA for medical use. 1960 to 70, chloroquine found to have potential anti-tumor activity. Okay. Also, 1970s, the effect of chloroquine was identified. Now, that first word, let me see. I'm not even going to attempt that. 1980 to 1990, chloroquine identified as an inhibitor of ortho, agi, in vitro. Then you have 2000 onwards, ongoing efforts to evaluate adherence to hydroxychloroquine, appropriate dosing strategies, and hydroxychloroquine associated adrenopathy. Okay, and 2011 onwards, new anti-malarial drug derived in clinical development. Now, hey Felicia Fee, how you doing, sweetie? I just did this right here to basically give you all a little bit of history of when it started in 1630 all the way up to where we're at right now. Okay, now let me go back and I'm gonna bring this back to myself. Okay. So hydroxychloroquine has been around for a long time. Very, very, very long time. Okay. I'm just getting rid of a few tabs here. Now, I'm going to move on to something else. Um, Now, in this pandemic that we're having, you have some people. Let me put my phone on mute because I definitely forgot. You have some people that just aren't adhering, even after hearing everything that they've heard about the pandemic, they still are not adhering to this. And we have lupus, so we're taking the precautions that we need to take. But let's just suppose you have someone in your family that's hard-headed. Okay, they're hard-headed, and they just feel like it's not that serious. A lot of us don't want to explain. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are like, listen, this is how it is. I can't be around you right now. And they might feel like you're being mean, but you're not being mean. In essence, what you're doing is you're protecting yourself. So I decided to share this as well. Let me go back. This is my lupus, oh Jesus, my lupus team, okay? And it says canceling with kindness, keeping safe from COVID-19 with lupus, right? Yeah, it is a bunch of defiance, and some people are just ignorant. They like, oh, I'm gonna come over and see you. No, you're not. Because if you gonna come outside, you gonna be speaking to me through your door, through my door. That's how that's gonna go. So I decided to pull up this article from my lupus team, right? And it says when friends or family aren't worried. Okay, in the beginning, people didn't take it seriously. They didn't take it seriously until they got the numbers, and then even now you still have some ignorant people. So if you come across someone in your family or one of your friends that's ignorant, and you have lupus and you're trying to make them understand, You can have a heart to heart with them. You can show them the numbers. You can put it into perspective. Okay. Now, for me, I'm not going to go through having a heart to heart or showing them the numbers. I'm just going to tell them what it is, and that's it. You understand? If they still, want to be defiant, and they just you know don't want to listen, so to speak. Let me go back. If they don't want to listen, so to speak, you understand what I'm saying? That basically is on them. But what you can do to protect yourself, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, you can tell them, look, Disney World, they're closed down, Las Vegas Strip, casinos, they're closing down, the NBA is suspended, and even through all that, they still don't want to listen. And they might want to try to use peer pressure. If you have any other friends or family who are taking the coronavirus threat seriously, ask them to talk to that specific loved one on your behalf. I'm not asking nobody to do nothing. If you're not going to listen to me and what I'm saying, then you were never a friend in the first place. That's the way I see it. And you want to put your life at risk and mine? No, 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 no. That's not going down. Welcome everyone to the chat. Or for people, you can drop down, you can say hello, you can like the video. You understand? But I'm going to move on. Yes, Felicia Fee, we are being safe and protective because, like I said before, you only get this one life. Only this one. And if we with lupus have survived this long, we don't need somebody to come along and just, you know what I'm saying, mess up our whole thing. So if they don't get it, that's on them. That is on them. Now, I know that we are all at home. Okay, so this next section is just a few ideas of what we can do, to stay in touch with our loved ones and stay in touch with our families. It says phone calls, which we all know, being being stuck at home is a great time to call people and catch up. Now, if they're an essential worker, you're not going to be able to necessarily catch up with them, you know? Okay, next section is video gatherings. FaceTime or apps like Zoom or Skype can allow you to see and hear each other no matter how distant on mobile phone, tablet, or computer. You can even have a party with dozens of people on the screen. And that right there is what they do on Zoom. Felicia Fee, we could have been doing good and fighting, etc. But then that one person come around and wipe us out. And see, that's what they don't understand. Okay, they don't get it. What's up, paid in full? How you doing, boo? They don't get that. You understand what I'm saying? They don't understand that them having even a slight cold in the beginning of their cold or even at the end of their cold could ruin us. They don't get it, and that's why we have to do what we have to do for ourselves to protect ourselves. Okay? Now, let me say this. The Zoom app, I see a lot of people using that app. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, I don't know about the Zoom app. I read up on it and I saw that your protection, your privacy is not protected. And I'm going to look into that further because I would like to use that app so that I can have my whole Southern family, because I have a lot of family down South. I would like for them, to see them. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of doing it individually, one at a time, call this person, talk to them for 5 minutes, then call the next person, talk to them for 5 minutes, when we can all be on this app together in one place, you know? Uh, Felicia says, I have my days, but sometimes I don't want to talk. Girl, I have one friend and she got mad, okay? Because at the time I was flaring and I just wasn't taking no calls. I didn't feel like talking, So a week went by and then I called her back and I said, I'm sorry I didn't take. She immediately went into cursing me out. You ain't answer your phone. And I'm calling to check on you. And, I got some tea. Girl, that tea, I don't care about that tea. Okay? I don't care about that. I let her rant and rant for like 10 minutes. I had to sit there and listen to that shit. And then I told her, I said, listen, I have lupus. I was going through a flare and I didn't feel like talking. Well, you could at least text me. No, 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 no. See, this is what people don't understand. When you are flaring and you're laying down and you're resting, you could be asleep. You could just be laying there watching TV. You understand what I'm saying? They just don't get it. They don't get it. And they will never understand unless they are walking in your shoes. That's the only way they will understand. Okay? That is the only way. So, okay, so we have video gatherings, right? Then, let me see. Movie night. Oh no, gaming apps. And see, not everyone plays games. You know what I'm saying? Period. I know people that don't play cards. They don't play board games. They don't play any kind of games, not even a bowling game on their phone. So this might apply to a lot of people, whereas, it doesn't apply to others. Many mobile gaming apps allow you to connect and play with friends remotely. Then there's this one, movie night. Queue up the same movie or show, whether on a streaming service or DVD you both have, and stay on the phone or on video, chat the whole time. You can even plan to eat the same snack while you watch and talk. Now, that's a good idea, but I don't want to stay on my phone that long. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I mean, I can watch a live and be in that live and interacting. You understand what I'm saying? But watching a movie and stuff like that. Okay, and then we have listening party. Music apps such as Spotify allow people to share music playlists and even collaborate to create lists of songs now. Sean was talking about this last night, and that is a good idea. Okay. That is a very good idea. So basically, what it boils down to is you have to protect yourself, okay? And you cannot be kind all the time. You understand? Sometimes you might have to curse somebody out. Felicia said, sometimes people are exhausting. That is the truth. That is the truth. And sometimes you just gotta curse their ass out and tell them, look, I don't feel good today. You know, knock it off, cut it out. That's my favorite. Knock it off. That's what I'll be saying. Okay, so I don't know if anyone has signed up for my lupus team. If you haven't signed up for my lupus team, you should do so. It's a great app to have on your phone, to go to on your computer, that lets you know that you're not alone. This website is specifically for people with lupus. Let's see. Leo the Linus Queen has a Google playlist thing. It's nice from the different artists. I just got to figure it out. Yeah, okay. And that's great. I'm going to try that myself and see what's up with that. Okay, so I'm going to go back here to myself. I'm going to take the time to sign out of my lupus team. I'm going to go there later on to see what I have missed, because I see a couple of people have added me to their team. So I'm going to check them out and see who's added me to their team so I can tell them hello. And you would be surprised at how, you know, okay, I'm going to say it like this. With my lupus, I have systemic lupus and I also have discoid lupus. Okay, normally it would be people with one or the other. There are a lot of people who have both. Okay, and there are a lot of people who the one that is inside the systemic lupus, that one, today is Wednesday. Paid in full. Today is Wednesday. I had to cancel for yesterday because I was waiting for my doctor to call me, and which he didn't. Okay. Today is Wednesday, Felicia P. I know. My wife said the same thing. I said, today is Wednesday. She said, oh my God, I thought it was Tuesday. Yeah. um, the systemic lupus seems to be more more harmful in people that don't have the discoid lupus, because you know the lupus affects all the vital organs in your body. And here comes the fire truck now. They said, Sexy Harlem's on live. Let's run up and down the street. Lord have mercy. Felicia Feed, my days are running together too. I had to think about it myself and be like, hold up, what's today? Okay, so systemic lupus is, like really, really bad. It affects your heart, your liver, your lungs, your kidneys. It just does a number on you. And I want to say this too. It's really hard for us to fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have to have that mental. You have to have a positive mental, and you have to just, a lot of people ask me, how do you keep going? It's not easy to keep going. It's not easy to keep going, but you have to have a positive outlook. There are so many things to be thankful for. So many things to be thankful for. Okay, we have so much. Look at this. It's 4 people in here right now. You know what that means? That means we all woke up this morning to see another day. That's what that means. And from the point of opening your eyes, you have to give thanks because God could have took you overnight. You understand? With this coronavirus is wiping out a lot of people. A lot of people. And it is scary, but at the same time, you got to keep that positive outlook. You just have to. And with us having lupus, I just feel like me keeping a positive attitude radiates out to others. You understand? It radiates out to others, and they have a positive attitude as well. Now, if they just straight up mean and hateful, I don't need to be around nobody like that. And none of you do either. Okay? None of you need to be around anyone who's negative, anyone who's going to bring your spirit down. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about yesterday. Yesterday, oh yeah, before I forget, the positive quotes are going to be late today. Okay? The positive quotes are going to be late. Okay? I'm going to do it, but it's going to be late since, what happened yesterday. Let me get to that right quick. I sat here yesterday and I waited for my doctor to call me. I waited and I waited and I waited. Okay? Now, I said in my video yesterday that I put up that I was getting irritated. And I was until I actually sat there and thought about it. I said, he's a lupus doctor. And beyond that, he's a human being. You understand? So anything could have happened where he didn't call me. You understand? And that brought my irritation from 1,000 to 0 because I had to remember that he is also a human being and anything could be going on. Who says he made it to work? You know what I mean? Now, the day before, my dermatologist called me and me and her talked. Okay, she refilled my medication while I was on the phone and everything like that. So, since I have a team and they keep in touch with each other, I also thought yesterday that she might have gotten in touch with him and told him, she's fine. She knows what to do because I've been at this. This July will be 22 years I've been at this. You understand? So I know how to maintain. And Felicia Fee, you've been dealing with this for longer than I have. Paid in full. I don't know how long you've been dealing with this, mamas. But in any instance, I had to remember that he was a human being too. You know what I mean? So there's that. Brought me down from 1,000 to 0. Okay, 2 years. Okay. Yeah, so I just had to remember that he was human. And since the team is so great, I said she might have gotten in touch with him and told him, that I was good. So, all right, I have one more thing to share with you all. And it's just a couple of questions from the Lupus Foundation of America. Okay, let me get ready to share this screen. Hey, Leo the Lioness Queen, how you doing, mamas? Let's see. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take myself out. There we go. So I'm going to go over to the tab. So it says frequently asked questions, coronavirus and lupus. First question, should I wear a face mask? And this was updated, what's today? The 8th? Yesterday. And it recommends that people wear cloth face coverings when they are in public. Okay? It says you can make a cloth face covering at home. Now let me tell y'all something. Let me highlight this first. I have seen so many videos. I mean, so many videos of people making their own masks. Now, I had N95 masks in here and didn't even know it until I knew I had to go out and I needed a mask. So I went in the other room, my other bedroom, where I had my pantry set up, and I saw this bowl and these plastic white things. So I, opened the bowl and I said, "Oh, these are masks." But when I turned it over, I said, "Oh shit, this is an N95 mask now." The job that my wife does, that's where the mask came from. Okay, so back to the screen. It says, the CDC recommends that people wear cloth face coverings when they are in public where it is difficult to stay 6 feet away from other people. This includes grocery stores, pharmacies, and other spaces, indoor or outdoor, where people may come into contact with one another. Recent studies have shown that some people can transmit the virus before they show symptoms, or even if they, wait a minute, can transmit the virus before they show symptoms, or even if they never show symptoms. The virus can spread by being in close proximity with other people who are talking, sneezing, coughing, even if those people are not showing symptoms. Let's just say, even if they breathe in. Okay, so they're also saying a cloth face covering is different from a face mask worn by medical professionals. It will help you be safer when you must be out in public, but will not protect you completely. So this is my thing with that. Okay, this is my thing with that. They told us we could make our own masks. They told us you can even wear a bandana. I'm not wearing a bandana. That's just me. I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm not wearing a bandana because me personally, I will not feel protected. And that's just me. you know? So let me see. Should I still go to my regular doctor appointment? Now, we all know that that's out. Okay. That is out for lupus patients. Everybody has to stay home. Let's just say that. Everybody is getting phone calls from their doctors, and that's it. Okay. Now, I will say this. If you, let me see, I think I saw that question. Um, Let me see. I'm just looking through the questions. Let me see. Oh God. Where did that question go? Okay. The question that I saw was basically for those who are taking infusions. If you're taking infusions, then and it's time for you to go to that infusion, that right there is the only let me see how I could say this. That's the only, rule that is broken. You understand what I'm saying? That's the only one. You can still go into your center and get your infusions, but you have to stay protected. And in some cases, the infusion can come to you, depending. You know what I'm saying? But if it were me, when I was taking infusions, I always went to the center. Okay. Uh, yeah. Felicia Fee said that bandana thing gonna come back later to bite, and it is because no, I'm not doing the bandana thing. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Okay, Leo. Leo's giving us information on a playlist thingy. Let me Okay. The Google Play Music app. Oh, all right now. Done taught me something in here today. Let's see. Okay. Should I travel? We all know that's a done deal. Ain't nobody doing none of that. Okay. Um, if I come in contact with someone who is sick, what should I do? I'm going to highlight this. If you come in contact with someone who is positive for the virus, please follow the CDC recommendations as well as your local health department's recommendations for self-quarantine and reporting. If you experience a fever, cough, sneezing, and shortness of breath, report your symptoms to your health care provider over the phone first. Okay. Communication with your healthcare team is important for regular visits, through flares, and during sickness. So be sure to communicate your symptoms and status to all relevant healthcare providers so they can help you figure out the best course of action. Okay. Now, the next question, I have been told to I have been told I need to stay home and avoid large gatherings. How can I manage my regular life while stuck at home? Okay. I'm, you know what? I think it was my last live I did, either the last one or the one before that. I said when this first started, I was going to self quarantine when this first started. That's what I said. I was going to self quarantine. So by the time they had us in quarantine, I had already been in quarantine via myself. a week prior. And I told my doctor that on Monday. I said, I've been in self quarantine. What they did, how long we been in self quarantine now? Child, don't give me the line. I don't know. But I started 7 days before. 7 days before they told us to stay home, I was already home. Okay. So now, um, what should lupus patients do if their pharmacy runs out of Plaquenil? Now, this one we're going to take a look at. Now, remember, this is the Lupus Foundation's website. Okay. Okay, we went over that question. We encourage people, let me highlight this. We encourage people with lupus to keep checking other pharmacies in their area that they can safely get to or call on the phone and reach out to larger pharmacies that offer delivery. If you continue to have trouble accessing your medication, we recommend you reach out to your physician and seek help and discuss a broader health plan during the COVID-19 pandemic. It says at the bottom that they are continuing to work with the government, including Congress, the White House, and state governments, and urging drug manufacturers to ensure people with lupus have access to medications needed. Now, I ran out of my Dapsone, and my wife went to pick up my medication. Now, they had just sent me a bottle of chloroquine. So now when she went out yesterday to get the to pick up my Dapsone, they sent another bottle of chloroquine. So in that instance, I'm kind of fortunate. Felicia Fee said, I feel like I'll be in self quarantine anyways too, to a certain point. Yeah, because I mean, let's just say this pandemic wasn't happening. Hey, Starbell, how you doing, boo? Let's just say this pandemic wasn't happening. Now, we got the nice weather. Like yesterday, it was sunny, it was nice outside. Usually you would see people walking around. By now, they would have on shorts and everything, right? Well, when you have lupus, you already know we can't go out in the sun. So what are we doing? We do self quarantine when it's sunny outside, or if we have to go out, we gotta wear sunscreen, we gotta wear a hat, we gotta wear umbrella. Take an umbrella with us so that we are protected from the sun. And sometimes I don't feel like going through all that mess. I just be like, the hell with it. I'll go out after the sun goes down. But sometimes after the sun goes down, everything is closed, so sometimes you got to take that one day to do all your sticking moves and get it done and over with. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put on that hat. You got to wear that sunscreen. You got to carry that umbrella. You have to be covered. You understand? Me, I have lupus. The lupus is attacking my skin, so I have to be covered. I have to wear long sleeves year round. Okay, year round. And that's not a joke. So can you imagine, how drastically my life has changed from 22 years ago Okay, 22 years ago, I was out there wearing short sleeves and shorts and, sandals and no hat. No, no. I was out there in the summertime doing my thing. Now it's a whole different story. It's a whole different story now. So, okay. The next question is, how are my disability? Well, I don't think that's really relevant because if you are on SSI Social Security, it shouldn't be affected. Okay. How do I explain to people that lupus puts me at a higher risk for serious complications to COVID-19? We covered this. Okay. But I'm going to highlight this. It's important that you emphasize to your friends, colleagues, neighbors, and anyone who might come in frequent contact with you or your environment, that lupus puts you at a higher risk from infection like COVID-19. This will let them know to be very careful with their own hygiene and health habits to ensure they don't put you at further risk. Some people don't give a damn. I'm going to say that right now. Create and practice a speech that briefly explains lupus is an autoimmune disorder that can prevent you from properly fighting off infections like COVID 19. You can write different versions of the speech that include different levels of detail based on what you're comfortable sharing with various people. If you need help getting together your speech, use this worksheet guide. Remember, there's no shame in advocating for yourself. In fact, it can save your life. You know what I'm going to say? I'm just going to basically tell them, look, I have lupus. Get the fuck away from me. Period. I mean, that's just that's just me. I ain't got no time to sit there and explain. The short version is lupus is an autoimmune disease that turns the body against itself. That's the short sentence. Okay? That's the short sentence. And if they still don't understand, then I'll tell them go to lupus.org. That'll explain the whole thing. You understand? But if they just continue to want to be ignorant, I'm going to tell them, get the fuck away from me. Or I'm just going to walk away. How about that? Felicia P said, go away. Or how about I'll go away? So I can walk away. And don't walk behind me, because that is going to cause me to curse you out. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Okay, this is a good one. I have heard that children are not badly affected by COVID 19, but my child has lupus. What are the risks for my child? In short, I would say the risks for your child are the same as yourself. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's highlight this. We are all still learning about how COVID 19 affects different age groups. While adults make up the majority of the known cases of the virus, children can still become infected with it, transmit it, and develop symptoms. So here's the short of it. If your child has lupus, treat your child as you would treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? All the protections and all that. You know, protect your child. Okay, what should I do if I cannot reach my healthcare provider? During this time of heightened health concerns, healthcare providers may have a high number of calls they respond to. Their office hours may also be impacted by the COVID-19. Continue to reach out until you receive a response. Also, um, the patient advocate might be able to help with that. If you go to the hospital for your appointments and they have a patient advocate there, get that number and call the patient advocate. Maybe the patient advocate can help you, get through to the doctor. Okay. I have Discord lupus. Am I at a higher risk for negative outcomes if I am infected with the. Listen, this says it all right here. Discoid lupus is still an autoimmune disease, which means you're still at a high risk for serious complications due to COVID-19. We recommend taking an additional caution and following the CDC's recommendation guidelines for high risk groups. Yep, that's that for that. Let's see. I am anxious that I will not be able to fill my prescription for my hydroxychloroquine. Should I cut back on my dosage to make my prescription last longer? No. We recommend you do not make any changes to your dosage amount without the approval of your prescribing doctor. Okay, here's another good one. Is it true that hydroxychloroquine will keep working 45 days after I have stopped taking it? Let's see. Oh, wow. Highlight. Hydroxychloroquine is a longer acting medication that can take several months to build up in the body and become effective. It can also take several weeks for the medication to leave the body or no longer be effective after you have stopped taking it. This is referred to as medication's half-life, the length of time it takes for the medication to reduce to 50% concentration in the body. Okay, more highlight. Although hydroxychloroquine has a longer life, around 40 to 45 days, than many medications, it is most effective and safe at its prescribed dosage. It is important to continue the prescribed dosage unless your prescribing doctor says otherwise. Stopping usage and relying on the medication's half-life could lead to lupus flares. If the regular dosage is eventually restarted, it will also require an extended period of time for it to be effective again. That was a good one. Here's another good one. Why is the coronavirus more dangerous for people with lupus? Here we go. Lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease. That means your immune system is dysfunctional and attacks your healthy tissue. See? That's what I said. The short of it. Uh, this makes the immune system less effective at fighting infections. Medications that suppress the immune system, which people with lupus often take, can limit your body's ability to respond to infections. As a result, people with lupus are less able to fight off bacteria and viruses like COVID-19. When people with lupus do get sick, their illness may trigger a lupus flare. People with lupus may also have other conditions that put them at higher risk for serious illness. From COVID-19, such as diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, and weakened immune system. Now, you can read all this information at lupus.org. Okay? I am coming back to the screen, StreamYard. You can read all of that, you know what I'm saying, at that site. I am going to bring myself back so you can read all that information. You know what I mean? Sometimes people don't like to read, so that's the reason why I do these lives, so that you can, be updated and stuff. Okay, let me see what y'all talking about over here. How is everyone doing? That's my question. How are y'all doing? Yes, Felicia Fee. That is the truth. Your small issue is our gigantic ordeal. People don't realize a lot of, I'll say, regular people can deal with having a cold, take medication, and get over it and be well within a week. And that's not us. That's not us. We cannot get over a cold like that. A cold could land us in the hospital. And that's what people don't understand. Okay, so how are you guys feeling? I mean, that's the question I'm asking. How are you feeling throughout this pandemic so far? Are you doing well? Okay, Paid in Full says, I'm doing fine. I'm glad you are doing fine. I'm so glad. So, we have been on for an hour exactly. Okay. So, I want to thank you all for joining me. Leo the Lioness Queen, Felicia Fee, Paid in Full. Let me see, it's one more person that was here earlier. Let's see. Oh, I can't find her name. Daggone it. Well, in any instance, wait a minute. Felicia Fee says, an emotional roller coaster, you feel blah, an emotional roller coaster. Well, let me tell y'all something. After I didn't get my call from the doctor, and a lot of people don't know this about me, but I like to craft. You understand? Star Bell, that's the name. Star Bell, Felicia Fee, Paid in Full, Leo Lioness Queen. I want to thank you all for being here. Star Bell says, miss my children because I stay in the basement so I don't get them sick because I'm first responder in New York City. Oh, wow. You have my prayers, and I'm just going to keep praying for you. I'm in New York City too. I'm going to keep praying for you, Starbell. Just please protect yourself at all costs. Um, where was I? Yesterday, I started crafting. I like doing paper crafting. So I made 2 cards yesterday. Just to have something to do. And while I was doing that, I had some music going. So I sat at my dining room table and I just crafted my little heart out. You know what I'm saying? I made 2 cards. I made a mess, but I made 2 cards and I didn't rush because I have nothing but time. You understand? Nothing but time. So that's what I did. And before I knew it, I think I started at maybe 6. By the time I turned around, it was like 11. I was just sitting there taking my time, figuring things out. I was coloring, I was stamping, I was cutting paper. I was doing a whole lot, but that filled up that time. So if you find yourself being bored, I was even dancing the other day. I just turned on some music and I started dancing. I must have danced for about an hour. So if you find yourself getting bored, pick up that book that you kept promising yourself that you was going to read. Make yourself some tea, have a few cookies on the side, put your feet up and read the book. I have a video game that I play on my other TV when I get bored or when I feel like it. I'll go play that. Because sometimes you don't want to watch anything on YT. You don't want to watch anything on YT sometimes. So, you want to do other stuff. So I craft, I crochet, I read, I play games. These are all the things that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? So maybe, if you feel yourself getting bored, they also say you can take a nap, but who wants to keep napping all the time? Anyway, I want to thank you all for being here. Starbell, Leah the Linus Queen, Felicia Fee, paid in full. Felicia Fee, thank you for moderating for me. I truly, truly appreciate you. And I'm going to let you guys go. You all take care. Have a fabulous day. If you have to go out, stay protected at all times. Be well. Oh, wait a minute. You're learning to crochet? Girl, once you get the hang of it, it's going to be on and popping. Oh, tell your daughter I said thank you so much. I like being a blessing to others. I really do. I like being a blessing to others. Tell your daughter I said hello and to stay safe. Felicia, you stay safe. Star Bell, protect yourself. Leo Linus Queen. Stay safe, paid in full. Stay safe. You all take care. I got to run to the pharmacy to get my medicine, okay? Because they forgot to give me one. So you all take care, and hopefully I'll see you around on these YT streets. I love y'all. Stay blessed.